Hey folks, today we're taking this little beauty out for a spin with that bad boy in the background there. Total beginner mode today, full automatic settings. All you're going to need is your DJI Neo and a phone. No need for a controller. Automatic the whole way. However, we are going to apply a little bit of thought to our shots, and I'm going to show you how we can craft a sequence that people are going to want to watch, and you can do exactly the same. Yes, it's a selfie drone, but that doesn't mean you have to stand there the whole time waving at it. You can get some real power out of even just a tiny little drone like this. So let's get into it now. There are two steps to creating a video. First of all, we have to capture some footage. Second of all, we have to edit it. Now, when you are capturing, try and think with the edit in mind. No one really wants to watch your incredibly long shots, so try and construct shots that are fairly short and fairly to the point, knowing that you're going to cut them back in post into a fairly rapid fire montage. In the second half of this video, we're going to create that montage using DJI's Late Cut app with the help of some AI. But for now, let's get these follow shots. So back to me on the bike. We're on auto exposure, which in a situation like this, we're about to go into a darker patch. Some trees overhanging, a bit of shade here. Auto exposure can actually help us out a little bit. I'm doing 20 kilometers an hour, between 20 and 25 kilometers per hour. Sounds like it's tracking me absolutely perfectly. Yes, I love the red colors here. This bit is so cool. All the old pine needles. Just in case you had any questions as to the Neo's tracking ability, this clip is about 2.5 minutes long and the tracking has been absolutely perfect. What a lot of fun it is knowing that that drone has those cages around the propellers, and that even if it does hit a twig or a branch, the drone is going to be fine. Now, of course, we need to select some more pinpointed clips from this very long bit of footage, but we'll do that later. Just because you can fly high doesn't mean you should. Just because you can fly maneuvers doesn't mean you should. Here we've got a nice tripod maneuver. We've set up a decent composition. I passed through the frame there. I've used the foliage there to try and create some kind of decent kind of composition that's going to frame the subject. We'll go the other way just to get the shot as well. Here we go. Through the frame we go, hopefully. Nice. The drone was sitting just above that tree there. This is the one that's in the frame. This is also in the frame. Just sitting there. Tripod shot. Super easy. We'll set up another nice manual control tripod shot. We're just going to put the drone up there behind some of those branches. They'll add a bit of depth in the shot, just add some interest in the frame. The bike will pass through the frame. Another nice shot. Okay, I've set up a nice little composition here. We're just going to fly under the drone. Oops, just make sure we're still recording there. Yes, we are. I can see the drone getting pushed around in the wind a little bit. Right, we're going to go flying straight under. It's just a tripod shot here, but it doesn't matter. Here we go. We're going to cycle under. Whoosh. See, the idea here is you're looking at this path. Now you see me. Wow, I just came into the frame. That was kind of interesting. Why was I showing you that path? Oh, I don't know. It was not very interesting when there was nothing in the frame. Then all of a sudden, I came in. We had some interest in that shot. Now from here, I'm very small, presumably, in the frame. I'm going to cycle along. Da, 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 da. Exciting stuff. Woo! Under the drone. Yes. While I've got you here, folks, remember to download a copy of our free ebook From Drone Zero to Drone Hero, 37 tips to get you flying like a filmmaker. You'll also be joining our community, giving you access to loads of free resources to really fast track your journey as an aerial filmmaker. Okay, I've set the spotlight up here for a nice panning rotation to track me as I cycle down this path. I have to say, the tracking ability seems to be absolutely outstanding, and even when it loses me, it picks me up again. Let's just get one more shot going through the frame. I'll go faster. We've got very low battery. It's about to cut out. I'll get one more frame tanning it through this way, because I know the tracking's on. Now I'm going to close the distance quite a lot with the drone here, which can jam up a little bit. So I'm going to stay far enough away so it has a chance to rotate with me, and I'm not going to go too crazy fast. This nice wide area looks like a good spot to do an orbiting dismount. So we'll set up the circle quick shot and see how we get on. Remember, you don't have to stand still when you're doing these quick shots. Within reason, the tracking will follow you when you move. So here I am turning around, kind of posturing with the bike, making it look like I'm doing something important, trying to add some interest to this shot as the movement of the camera reveals new parts of the frame and keeps your eye interested. I have had a creative brainwave. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fly the Neo through that gap. I'll stand right behind it, use the virtual joysticks, scoot it through that gap. It might be speed ramped in post, so it races through that gap. I then want the bike to appear down that path. Now obviously I can't do the two things at the same time, so I'll stop when I get to the end of that path. We'll cut to a tracking shot of the bike coming down, and then we'll cut back to the drone, which will be in that position. So it will seem like it was seamlessly done. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so we'll scoot forward at full speed. Hopefully we're nowhere near any branches. I've got a line of sight all the way down there. We're okay. Oh, it's close. We're all good though. Wow, and I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to leave the drone hovering there. Put this in my bag. Wow, and now it's chucking it down with rain. Woo! That's the kind of shot I was talking about. Yes, in the rain, past the drone. My little idea came up okay, if I may say so myself. Speed ramp into flash transition, follow shot, and the same tripod shot as the bike passes through the frame. Right, the drone has actually landed because of a critical battery warning, but camera's still rolling. I've repositioned the gimbal up, so we're going to do a very low angle shot of the drone just sitting on the ground. I'm going to cycle past, and I think that's about as much as we can do with this battery. Now, as it happens, that was just a small selection of the number of shots I was able to get with 3 batteries, the same number that you get in the Fly More combo. I guess the takeaway here is that if you're fairly deliberate with your shots, you have some kind of view of what you're going to do before you hit record, you can get an enormous amount of footage. Follow shots that went on for ages. I was messing about with spotlight shots. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. But just begin with the end in mind. Think about your edit in advance, and you can get an extraordinary amount of stuff out of a relatively limited amount of battery life. Right, let's get into the edit. Oh, I just dropped the Neo again. Right, now in the interest of keeping things simple, we're going to edit our sequence today using mobile video editing software. You don't need a big fancy computer with all kinds of software. We'll do it with free video editing software on our phones. Lightcut is a good starting point for DJI products because you can edit the footage from a device on the phone without transferring all those gigabytes of data to the phone. At the time of making this video, the Neo has not yet been added to the app, so in this instance I hit the one-tap edit, and having already transferred the footage to my phone, you can see all those shots ready to be edited that you just saw being filmed on the Neo. On the assumption you don't have a perfectly curated little list of clips, I want to bring your attention to a little icon in the top right-hand corner of every single thumbnail. When you tap on that, the clip is loaded. From here we can now play the clip, skim through it, and select highlights within that clip. Keep playing through the clip and add highlights as you see fit, and you will see them being added to the list of highlights at the bottom of the app. Hit done and you will see that the little icon is replaced with a 4 and little scissors because we have created 4 highlights in that clip. When you're creating your highlights and you see that red box, it will default to a clip of around 5 seconds, but you can tap on that and extend or shorten the clip at both the start and the end. So keep going through your library, selecting highlights within the clips, and you'll see in this instance we ended up with 20 highlights. Hit next, give the software a bit of time, and let's see what it came up with. I love where this is going, the way it cut to the beat of the music. There's a really powerful way of tying the audio and the visuals together in an edit. Now here we have 1 minute and 24 seconds. It's quite a long montage, quite a steady pace. This is the recommended template that's been applied, but we can change that. Tons of templates to play with here. We can go through nature, cheerful, relaxed, tempo. In this instance, if we select one of them, we get a shorter video, 1 minute and 8 seconds. Let's see how that's going. Wow, you can hear things a bit more exciting and energetic in keeping with this mountain bike adventure. Still, 1 minute and 8 seconds, not quite what I had in mind. I think we were going for something a little bit shorter with this montage, so we'll tap on that little icon there and shorten things. Before we watch our new edit, let's make some color adjustments. We'll hit the filter icon. Here you can add all manner of LUTs, preset lookup tables that just make the footage look a little bit different. And most of them are really, really good. Change the intensity and skim through your project just to make sure that things look good across all the clips and not just the particular one that you're working on. In the Adjust tab, we can finesse things further. Something we like to do is put a bit of a vignette on our footage. It helps tie it all together by putting a little bit of a shadow around the periphery of the frame. Now, in this instance, you dial in the vignette to what you want, and you can actually hit Apply to All, and that way the adjustment is made to all of the clips. Something you may have also seen in our previous videos is we like to dial back the contrast a little bit on this normal color profile that's embedded in the Neo footage. Very easy to do here in the app. Just dial back the contrast and apply to all. And there you go, we have done our edit. Export accordingly, and let's have a watch. It might not be exactly what we would have done ourselves, but for beginners who have no experience editing, what a quick and easy way to get some nice montages off your drone onto your phone and online if that's what you want to do. Make sure you watch our other Neo videos to get the most out of this cool little drone, and we will see you in the next one.